Hey everybody, it's Blake,
And this is Drew.
and you're listening to Lock, Stock, and Two Smoke Controllers podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 100 of the podcast. I bet you never thought we would get here.
I sure didn't.
Neither did we sometimes. We do have a guest this episode. We're pretty excited to have somebody back. We thought it'd be really cool to bring back the guy that, kind of made all this kind of happen from the beginning, whether he thinks so or not. So we're not gonna waste time on any social media stuff. We're excited to have him, and we're just gonna jump right into it. But we have Clyde back with us, our original guest, back with us for the podcast to talk video games and probably Final Fantasy VII.
Wow, Andrew, Jonathan, I just want to say, before we get into anything at all, I speak on behalf of everybody when I say congratulations on episode 100. Y'all deserve like a virtual high five, a virtual kudos. 100 episodes is no small feat. Trust me, I know. Anybody who's ever tried to put creative works out into the world knows it takes love and patience and lots of hard work. So just thank you from everybody. Thank you from me for sharing your passion for gaming and your hobby with the world. Like, the world needs more of this right now, and I just want to say thank y'all and congratulations. Congratulations for episode 100. Like, add in the sound effects, like Adam, make it happen.
We're not fancy enough for sound effects.
Right.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, that's
well,
great.
very happy to be back.
Yeah, thanks so much, man. I was we hadn't really spoke very much because everybody's got busy lives and the world's crazy and stuff like that. But I reached out to you a couple of months ago, tried to give you a little leeway, and I didn't hear back for a while, which is fine because you're busy. But I was like, we're like watching a movie, and all of a sudden my phone pinged. I'm like, oh crap! Like, hey, he hit me back. Like, it's happening. We're gonna get on this. So it's really, thanks for taking the time to jump on here with us. And I know we ain't got to talk about, but off podcast, you got a lot of big life stuff going on. It was cool for you to just make time for us again, and we're really glad to have you. It's really good to see you again.
No thanks is required. Full disclosure, I am really bad about checking my Facebook. So anytime y'all message me on Facebook and I'm like slow to respond, it's not that I'm ghosting the world. It's just I very seldomly sign in. So I'm glad y'all reached out and super happy to dive into Final Fantasy. It's good to see y'all face to face as well, and yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah, well, I mean, without further ado, what more is there to do except before this? We didn't tell you to do it, so there's no harm in it. But me and Blake went way back in time and listened to our first episode and listened and laughed at ourselves about the things we thought would be in the Final Fantasy VII remake, and the things we thought would happen, things we thought would change. We said really weird things. I feel like sometimes, like, why would that? We're listening back, like, why would they do that? Why did we say that? And then all kinds of other fun stuff. So Blake has a couple of things we can just go through really about the weird stuff like that. And I like to hear about, because I know clearly you've played Remake at least one time.
Yep.
And then we got the hype train for Rebirth coming up. So we're going to do what we do when we have you in the area and talk about Final Fantasy VII.
Awesome. That's amazing. Blake, lay it on. I'm going to cringe myself. I probably predicted all these really wrong, horrible things. Like, let us all cringe together.
One of the biggest ones is we don't even find out too near the end, but it seems to be your favorite part in the game was the going into Shinra building.
Yeah.
And you're like, there's going to be so many mini games. We're going to do this. I'm going to sneak around on all the floors. And we didn't do that at all.
We didn't do none of that stuff.
Nope, yeah. Not at all. Big letdown. Falling out of favor.
So
you did get a choice.
Well, you did. So I say, you jumped right into freaking Shinra building, the end of the whole thing.
That was the first thing we talked about.
Yeah,
it's your favorite part, the wall climb in Shinra building.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, let's start with the wall climb, I guess, because the wall climb is actually completely reinvented now. Right. Yeah. That whole experience, because we replayed the game like a couple of weeks ago. Me and Blake redid it all again. But I mean, what are your thoughts on the completely it's not even really a wall climb no more. It's like climbing over the debris of the fallen sector. I liked it. I thought it was a really
I liked it too. I actually, full disclosure, I'm pulling Google Images because I have played the remake. I really enjoyed the remake, and I want to also familiarize myself with like what it looked like. I remember climbing over the debris, and I think the thing about the remake that struck me the most, and it's probably y'all are gonna think I'm really lame or I'm really stupid because I probably should have known this going in, but it was actually the graphics. Like it was actually the graphics of the remake that like hit me in the feels the hardest. Like I
Yeah.
didn't expect. I don't know what y'all did. Y'all play it on PlayStation or PC or what y'all end up playing on?
We played on PS4 originally, and then the past like what 3-4 weeks ago we replayed it on PS5 with the little PS5 upgrade to it.
It looks amazing on PS5. Like
amazing.
it looks so good. Like booting it up and like Cloud looking up at the reactor or like looking at. We'll talk about this as well, but like the flower garden and the cathedral, there's so many visual things that just blew me away. That I don't know if y'all did this, but I literally would stop and put the controller down and just stare at the scene. Like I was like, I am looking at my childhood reimagined in modern graphics. It was mind blowing.
And I like the game sometimes would like even kind of make you take a moment because there's a lot of places where it like makes Cloud walk or makes whoever walk, and I was like, I feel like that's maybe it's for pacing, but I feel like it's like to like, hey, take a second and really take this in. Like this, this team put a lot of work into like recreating these environments that you grew up in as a child.
There's a specific spot in the wall climbing about 3/4 or really close to the end before you fight that boss where Barrett's like, yeah, take a look and never forget what you see here today. And it shows you like this huge, like you can't not see the entire sector. And like he makes a whole point of like, we got to look this way and never forget. And you're like, holy crap, that so much more devastating looking than when you play the original.
It was like a 2-second cutscene, and you didn't really get to see anything else.
Well, you see the aftermath in the slum, but you don't get to see that everyone above you died too. Like you don't fully register that really.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just working on it. It's in construction. Maybe it's not complete. That's why they dropped it, so they wouldn't kill people. They didn't give a crap.
Yeah. The scale. I agree. Like Blake, I 100%. Like the scale, the graphics give you a sense of the scale that the original game never did. Like when you climb up the wall climb, I was looking at a crappy picture. It's like a gray wall with some graffiti on it, and it doesn't feel nearly as epic as it should be. But like in the remake, looking at the city, looking at the buildings and the structure, and looking up at the plate, it's just you get a real sense of like, wow, this is like high society, low slum society. It's pretty cool. The scale is incredible.
Breathtaking, frankly.
Like I said, every I like people were posting online back when it was like more fresh and stuff like that, and they're doing it now with Rebirth, which we'll get into a little bit. Is they're posting the side-by-side screenshots of the same area in the original and in the remake, and those little pictures are just like, it's hard to believe like what you're looking at sometimes. Like it's even now sometimes like even like replaying it, like, and we had talked about it before, but like it's so weird that the remake exists, like it and it's continuing forward, and they're doing more stuff. It's just like, I don't know, it's like a weird feeling sometimes, like when you really just sit and think about it, or you're walking through Midgar, or some scene that you clearly remember in PlayStation 1 graphics is like playing out in front of you, and like these new graphics, and you're just like, this is so weird. Like how does our brain comprehend this?
It's like you're misremembering a memory. You're like, I have this memory, but it's like different now. It's very weird. I agree.
And anytime we've been talking about the graphics and everything, the first thing that pops in my head is that stupid silly meme of Final Fantasy VIII, and it's a picture of Squall's face. He's like, "Oh, you're the most handsome man at this thing," and he's just a blur
of pixels.
Won't you dance with me, Squall? You're so handsome. Yeah, no, he's like pixelated, like 4 colors in the face,
and a streak of white. And the same thing happens with this. You're just like, "Oh, it was so cool and epic," and like, this is what I thought it looked like.
Dude, like, here's the wild thing. Are you ready? Like, the FF7 remake looks better than the cutscenes of FF8. Like, the graphics are higher fidelity. Like, that's what's wild, is like the actual animated CG cutscene of the ball with Squall and Renault and whatever. The FF7 remake actually looks better than that. The actual CG of the time
before it hits a cutscene.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking now, and I know it's been a while since you played probably, but like when you play the game, like the end game, the way the game looks in game is so clean and good that when the remake, like there's like maybe 3 or 4 in the whole game, there's actual cut scenes, like it switches to cutscene graphics. I think the game looks better in its regular gameplay graphics. It looks like there's a weird shift to CG in the remake. It does it for like the plate drop. It does it for like the there's like a Midgar flyover thing it does in the Shinra building, and there's one other thing
Near the end, like
where the end where it kind of uses like a like legit swaps to a CGI. Just like I get maybe why they had that. I mean, they had to do CGI for the plate drop, but like other thing. But I think it looks so incredible the way it is that I don't know. But I don't know. The CG, it's weird seeing CG, but like I like the other way. I think people they look weird in CG when it switches to it.
It's mind blowing. Can I ask, because I want to hear y'all's thoughts on this. Overall, how do you feel about, like, what are your impressions of the remake? Did you like the new story beats? Did you like the kind of the enriching of the existing characters like Jesse and the Avalanche crew? Did y'all feel like they were good additions? Did they detract away from the story? Did you like the direction the combat went in? What are your general thoughts about it?
Yeah, I like just about everything except for that new soldier guy. What was his name?
Roach,
yeah. Like that, the motorcycle guy. I like him. I don't know, and he appears for like 1 second in like the Yuffie DLC. Like he ain't got no story point. I don't know if he's going to be back like in Rebirth. I kind of hope they don't do that. But like other than that, like I think the combat, the new combat is like the sticking point for a lot of people. I think it's obviously different, but like it's like so good and looks so cool, you can't be mad at it. Like you want to be mad that it's not the old stuff, but like man, it's just like it's so clean and smooth and just explosive and fun to watch. And then you like swap off a Cloud and like everybody's really cool. Like playing as Tifa's awesome, and Barrett's kind of like holding a button, kind of shooting, but he's kind of the least cool. But like I don't know. And then like if you played, did you play the Yuffie DLC?
I didn't play it. I watched a good chunk of it though.
Okay, so but they do all the work of when you play as her, she plays completely different too. Like it's not like you're just hitting the same buttons and getting the same results from all the characters. They put a lot of work into it. I imagine that's what they'll be doing again for like when Red 13's playable and stuff like that.
Well, not even that is besides combat is there are certain points in the game where it forces you to play exploratory as each character, and the way they move around outside of combat and their ability to interact with the environment is different. Because I even made a little funny note because I chuckled is when you're playing as Barrett, and because like Cloud's got a little outside battle dodge he can do, and like but Barrett in combat when he dodges, it's such a horrible dodge. It reminded me of being an overburdened character in Dark Souls. And that's how he rolls. He just rolls his whole body into the roll, but doesn't even complete a full circle. And then he has to like clamber back up real quick because he's just such a massive big guy. Man.
He's like, I mean, like seeing his hands in Remake, and like he puts his hands on somebody's like shoulder or something, and his hands like as big as their head, but everybody else has got normal size hands, but Barrett's just so gigantic.
Like Shaq and Mr. T and all these people rolled into one.
What are your thoughts on combat before we move to another topic?
Overall, I thought combat was so fun. Like I mean, I'll be honest with y'all. When I sat down to play the remake, I had to center myself with like some modern age yoga bullshit, because I had to be like, I had to tell myself this is not going to be the original FF7. This is going to be a new experience. I can't judge it. I'm going to go in with as little preconceived notion as I can. And I sat down and I enjoyed it. And I really liked it. I thought the combat was really fun. It felt very modern. It still felt great to like identify enemy weak points and get those great hits off and break them at stack. Like, I think they did a great job modernizing it. It isn't, of course, the original FF7, but I mean, I went in knowing those were big shoes to fill, and it was never going to be, the original FF7, but I really liked what they did. I thought it was great.
I like the bosses are not all the I kind of wish they did a little bit more. Like not some of the bosses are big set pieces. Not all of them do Atlantic for some, but a lot of the bosses you get cool set pieces and lots of. I'm thinking about. I mean, actually, a lot of them do it. Most of them do have. They're not just standing there hitting a button. Like you have to like they move around the battlefield and do different things, and all kinds of cool stuff happens. I really enjoyed that with the different bosses.
Yeah.
From combat for me, like my biggest complaint about it is I think they did too much. Because they put so many weapons that you don't even get in Midgar, and then they throw your abilities are some of the limit breaks that you would get and stuff like that. Like one of the Barrett's abilities he gets is the Anger Max, which is his limit break.
They did it to Cloud's got Braver as a skill, which is fine. I'm not torn up over that kind of stuff.
I felt like they did too much.
Well,
Yeah.
they did do too many weapons, and it makes me wonder how that's going to work in the Rebirth, because they also said you don't transfer your save in Rebirth; it just starts a new game.
I'm also
That bugs me.
Yeah,
That
so
bugs me.
like,
Sorry.
do we start Rebirth with a? We're getting ahead of ourselves in Rebirth, but
Yeah.
And I think we talked. I think we when you and I talked about it, I don't think Clyde had actually known it, that you got summons and they walked around in combat with you.
yeah,
I still kind of wish they didn't do summons.
Yeah.
Frankly, because you don't even get your first summon until after you leave Midgar in original.
Yeah.
it's fine.
But, I mean, they looked pretty, but I was like, meh. I never.
They're not really. They're still now that we've played it. No, like they're actually not useful.
I summoned them when they popped up because why not? Just to see the summons. And I watched all the summons.
Yeah, I didn't even see on my. I don't know if I did originally, but on my replay, I didn't even play it to the point to get Bahamut. I got Leviathan, and then because you got to do post game to unlock other arena stuff and to get Bahamut, I didn't even bother doing it on the replay because I was kind of rushing to get through it again before the podcast, and I wanted to play intermission. Yeah,
I will say, to your point, Andrew, like I love that every boss felt epic, like a set piece. Like I'm like going through my mind and thinking about like, you know, the scorpion, Abzu, the sewer creature. Like they were all those fights were just so beautiful in their own way and so different in their own way. That was exciting, and I thought that was a really cool interpretation. I also feel like, you know, modern gamers and kids, this is a great introduction for FF7. Like it makes every boss and encounter feel really epic and special in their own way. So the combat was one area where I went in expecting very little, and I was really impressed. I was really like relieved. I was like, okay, it's not FF7, but it still feels like it's a lot of fun to play. So I was happy.
What do you think about them taking some weird enemies and like turning them into bigger deals, like the Hell House? There's that near the end. There's that weird bladed swordfish thing.
And Elibor, the whole ghost
thing,
train yard thing was a whole epic good thing.
Yeah, so like it's kind of, what do you think of them taking what was like regular fights and like turning it, like the Hell House was such a big surprise when they dropped that into the game as like a big deal. It was kind of funny.
This is a judgment-free zone, right? I'm gonna be honest. I game over multiple times the Hell House. Hell House wiped me over.
Rough.
It's hard.
He's rough. He wiped me so many times. I was like, I'm too old for this shit. Like I'm too old to beat this. No, I got wiped by Hell House multiple times.
It's attacking. I mean, it's a big explosive fight. It's a lot going on in that fight.
Both your characters have to have some sort of magic.
Yeah,
because
it flies around and you can't hit it. Yeah.
And the fact that he has that barrier that makes him immune to physical attacks, and you have to hit him with magic or your limit breaks. And then it goes in the reverse where he's immune to magic and you have to hit him with physical. That was a rough fight.
Yeah, he's very tough.
Probably the hardest fight I had in the game, frankly.
So definitely mine. It was definitely my hardest fight. It wiped me so many times. I remember that fight wiping me critically. And now if I was playing it again, whenever I do go back to play it before Rebirth, I'm gonna prepare myself and maybe grind a little more before Hell House because it wiped me so bad.
It's rugged.
Yeah. Any more thoughts on combat? Yeah, go ahead.
For me, just because we're talking about Hell House.
Yeah.
Because it went on for so long. The really cool thing is that how that moment was scripted, because you're in Corneo's Coliseum. And so depending on what you do, the announcers will actually react to what you do. Like if you summon Shiva or Ifrit, he'll be like, "Ooh, the goddess of ice or the queen of ice has come to play." Or if you uncork one of your limit breaks or something, they'll have special dialogue.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
But for me, one of the best things was near the end. It was almost broken, and I staggered it. I was like going in for the kill, and one of the announcers starts screaming, "Oh, what's in the box? What's in the box?" Yelling a 7 reference in Final Fantasy 7, and it just filled me with childlike glee.
Yeah, it's got to be only in the American version. I don't think of the movie 7 might have not. They don't care about that in Japan, probably.
But it's the fact that it's called 7 in Final Fantasy 7. We just filled me. It was hilarious. I laughed out loud.
I don't think I heard it. I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, incredible. Such incredible boss fights. The visuals of them were epic. Like they were all unique in their own way. They were challenging in their own way. Some of them, I will say, like, not to throw too much shade, I do feel like a couple of them went on a little longer than I would have liked. I like, you know, like, they felt like I had some of these fights get like 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes long. I'm like, what is going on here? This is a long ass fight. I gotta take a bathroom break. Like, I mean, yeah, they were fun though. I thought it was
the multi phases were kind of
yeah.
Like the week we could talk about the final fight with, I guess, is technically Sephiroth, and maybe not really Sephiroth. That fight is relatively fairly long, and you have to like fight his little guardian. There's little guardians he has. You got to fight him like forget what they're called. I just played it. I can't remember what they're called. But you got to fight those like guys like 3 times, and then eventually kind of fight Sephiroth, but not really. And then I don't know, that part's kind of long.
It got real anime-y is the
It
best
did.
way I can
Right
describe
there
it.
at the end.
Yeah, I want to ask, how do y'all feel about, because that's Blake, that's exactly the word I would use to describe, is it feels anime-ish. It feels like very anime. How do y'all feel about the ending of Remake, and how do y'all feel about what this means for the future of these games? And like, are y'all, first of all, are y'all happy that we're like, and slight spoilers here for listeners, but like it's pretty clear we're in a new timeline, or we're in some, this is uncharted territory. We are going into like very new character scenarios. And how do y'all feel about that? First of all, are y'all happy with that, or do y'all wish they'd stuck to the original script?
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm
fine. Cautiously excited.
I'm fine with how things are going so far. But my only fear, and we talked about this in our original podcast, is they do not need to save Aerith. Like, please,
they better not.
Don't change. They're saying now, the directors and the producers of Rebirth are like, we got a surprise in store, because Rebirth is supposed to end around that part.
Right.
And they're like, we got a surprise in store. I'm like, oh, please don't. And there's things we know for now too, that Zach is around. Like, if you see the end of Remake, and then again it's the end of, I don't want to spoil intermission, but the very end of intermission, you see a snippet of Zach again too, and that also messes with the timeline.
Oh yeah.
So, which is fine, because I like Zach. I mean, did you play
Reunion?
I did play Crisis Core. I loved Crisis Core. I thought it was great. I thought, I mean, for a PSP game, I thought it was out of control. Like, I was like, this is amazing. It looked amazing to my eyes at the time.
When you play, like they said, like the Reunion remaster, they called it, that's like a full-blown remake, because what Reunion looks like now, if you play it on PS5,
oh yeah,
that's not the PSP game playing on that thing. If you play it again,
gotcha.
That's pretty cool. We played that like a few months before Final Fantasy playing 7 again too.
Yeah, I liked. I know this isn't a Crisis Core episode, but I do like how
Final Fantasy 7. It's all of it.
Yeah, it's true. I like that they explored Soldier and the ranks and the characters. And like, I kind of liked seeing Shinra from the inside. I kind of liked seeing Soldier from the inside. It was pretty cool.
What do you think about the upcoming possibility that Cloud and Zach are going to be in the same? Now, granted, they have a small past together, but what do you think of the conflict of those two guys being in the same timeline at the same? Because like Cloud's a hero and Zach's really like, Zach's more heroic if you know his character than Cloud is. Like,
right.
There's a clash there. I'm like, are they going to be buddies? Like, is Zach going to be, here we are going to start guessing a game again and embarrass ourselves when it comes out? But like, I don't know. What do you think of Zach being around, if he's going to be around?
First of all, I agree. I like Blake. I feel the exact same way. I'm glad we're going into uncharted territory. I'm kind of glad we're going into Rebirth, not knowing quite what to expect. We know there's going to be some boomerangs or some curveballs. I don't know how Cloud is going to react to Zach being around, and what their relationship will look like. What will Zach's relationship look like with the party? I mean, they've got to have, the writing team has got to figure all this out, and I think it's super exciting. I will say, we were talking a little while ago about like crappy bosses that we kind of wish weren't around. When y'all mentioned Roche, I had to re-Google images Roche, the long-haired, like I hated that character so much. I was like, you are filler, get away from me, please don't be
in a game that didn't need that kind of filler. He's about the only thing, honestly. So if you read online, a lot of people complain about the filler in Remake.
And there is
filler, but there's also a lot of, they use the filler to do world building a lot of the time.
Yeah,
Roche is like the one thing, I feel like, in my opinion, is the one thing they did was just like, I just don't need this at all. It'd be funny if he just didn't show up again. Like, they're like, okay, people didn't like him, he's not coming back now. But Blake had talked about when we were playing it, though, his character is annoying, but the existence of other soldiers coming after you, makes sense. That didn't happen in 7. And why didn't it? Why wouldn't Shinra send other soldiers to stop you? So his existence makes sense, but his character is just irritating.
Because in the game, you do go through some of the enemies you fight. You
fight like
you don't fight first or second class, but a basic enemy when you're doing the is it the wall climb, or in the Shinra building too? You fight class 3
and 3C,
class 3A, class 3B, class 3C. So you are. And I can't remember if they're actually in regular 7 or not. I honestly don't remember, but the fact that they're doing that means that there are going to be other soldiers.
Yeah,
and we're talking about Crisis Core briefly. I want to say this before we move completely out of it. Is there's a line of dialogue because with Reunion, Tetsuya Nomura said that they're creating Reunion because Zack's story matters even more with Rebirth. Is what he specifically said that. There's a line of dialogue with Hojo talking about breeding Aerith, and everyone's like, "Wow, we don't care." And he's like, "Cool, I'll start working on." It's a single sentence. I wrote it down because we had just played Reunion. And it made remembered, but he references he references specifically using Type S and Type G soldiers to breed with Aerith.
Oh wow!
If you don't know what a Type G or Type S is, or Type S is Sephiroth.
Sephiroth clones.
He's a Sephiroth clone, and Type G is Genus.
Gotcha. From Advent Children and that the kind of content
from Crisis Core.
Crisis Core.
Guy in the red. He's the redheaded. Right. Yeah, he's the redheaded guy that only speaks in the form of poems.
Yeah.
He's
does he have wings? I believe he has wings, right?
Yeah.
Well, everybody gets wings. Everybody gets wings.
No shade. I kind of blob Advent Children and Crisis Core. I kind of blob some of those story elements together because they kind of have that same anime vibe look.
Yeah.
But putting a bow on Roche, though, I want to say, because I do agree, Blake. Like, I think it's cool they have soldiers coming out after the group, and that makes sense. And this is me being like the biggest hater. So listeners, please don't come with me with pitchforks, but it's just, I don't like the way Roche looks. Like, it's just the design is so anime, and it's like the long hair and the flowing locks and the extravagant. It feels
and the
like
goatee.
And the goatee. And I'm just like, I'm okay with like a grizzled soldier coming after us, but why does it have to look like a J-pop star? Like, why does it have to be like,
And he's making love to his.
I don't want to say any spoilers. I don't want to say any spoilers for intermission, but there's two new characters at the end of intermission that are so extremely anime that it makes me nervous for some things they might do, because like the original Final Fantasy VII is very steampunk, and like there's no, of course the graphics were different, they couldn't do anime graphics back then, but most of Remake isn't very anime besides from Roche, but there's two extremely anime bad guys at the end of intermission, and they're gonna be around more, and I was just like, as soon as they were on screen, I was like, what is this? It's like the part that I didn't like about intermission and the fact that they're going to be around in the future. So like, be warned that if you're not into like this anime vibe kind of sneaking into 7, these guys are going to like really rub you the wrong way. But I'll let you see them on in your own time and stuff. But
I've watched the Rebirth trailer like 10 times at this point. I've seen the Chocobo mini games. I'm ready to dress up my Chocobo with armor and palette. I'm ready for it. No, it'll be fun. I think there's a lot of cool sequences that oh man, now I'm thinking of a meme because y'all shared a meme earlier. I'm thinking of, like, I saw the meme where in the original FF7 where you leave Midgar and then you're going to cross the lake. You're crossing the lake with like the Hydra in it, the big Hydra that like totally will wipe your party. And then you get across it and you find that Sephiroth has like speared the other one, and it's like corpses in the air and there's like blood raining down. I saw the funniest thing because there's a line from Cloud and the party in the original F7. They like look up at the Hydra that's been killed by Sephiroth and they say, "Did Sephiroth do this?" And I saw this meme that was so funny. I cracked out laughing. I like lost my mind. Somebody saw they were like at a basketball court and somebody had broken the glass backboard and they had cut out Cloud and like all the characters looking up at the basketball backboard being like, "Did Sephiroth do this?" It was so stupid. It had no relevance at all, but I laughed so hard. I was like real life meets FF7. I had a giggle, but yeah, that's going to be an epic moment in Rebirth. That's going to be a really
it has to be.
Everybody seems to be loving Red 13 riding chocobos. That's the thing. The pictures I keep seeing. I'm trying to do my best to avoid. Unlike Remake, I was all into the trailers. I'm trying to like not see. I've watched one little gameplay trailer of Rebirth, and I've seen a bunch of little pictures. I'm like, I kind of want to. I'm trying to I want to watch it all, but the game is so close to coming out. We're like February or something. It comes out.
Yeah.
Not to I've already. It's like the first game so. Here's how we don't buy a lot of games. Like I had bought Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then eventually I bought Horizon Forbidden West, and then I bought Final Fantasy Rebirth. We don't buy games. We have GameFly and Game Pass. So
Nice.
I don't buy anything hardly unless it's something that's really important to me, like Final Fantasy. And I really like the first Horizon, but this isn't a Horizon podcast, so I bought Horizon Forbidden West. But
If you don't want to have me on for a Horizon podcast, you let me know. You bring me up. We can go keep on Horizon. But no, I agree. I think the Hydra is going to be an epic point in Rebirth. I'm one of the moments that sticks out that I know is going to be in this game is just like all the flashbacks in Nibelheim and like the weird old story, like it almost had like mystery vibes to it. It almost has like the odd music that like gives you eerie, neck tingling, prickly sensations. I'm excited to see them revisit it. I mean, I know we're in Halloween spirit right now. Like we're recording this pre-Halloween, so it'll be like super Halloween when it releases. But yeah, I'm in Halloween mood right now. So Nibelheim is speaking to me in particular right now. So
man,
it'll be great.
It's times like this, I wish I didn't know so much about Final Fantasy VII, so it'd be like the first time like walking through these places or like going into that swamp and not knowing what's about to happen.
Yeah,
like there's just a lot of cool things. And they're showing Gold Saucer and all that stuff too. They say all the Gold Saucer mini games are intact. So
that's
we'll
wild.
see about that. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I can trust them though, because damn it, the game that I loved most in the original FF7 was the Dawn mission where Cloud has to dress up as a woman and he has to do the squats mini game to like get the perfume or whatever. And I love that squats mini game. And damn it, the squats mini game didn't hit the same way. It didn't hit the same way.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, and then we'll circle back around this remake now. But the Cloud squat things is not fun, and the Tifa one is extremely hard. The pull up thing is so hard because of the patterns. All I'm making a marge on the camera, but the patterns doing this mess, man. Oof, I was not having it. But that brings us to the right. You got us right into the topic of the dress up and stuff like that. Awesome. I loved all of that. Like, I don't, your thoughts of like it's much bigger now and takes a lot more work, and all the events leading back around to it are a lot bigger now. And I don't know if it's better per se, but it's like, I don't know. And like, I've talked to people who didn't like the Cloud dance sequence in Honeybee. I love that. Like, I think it's crazy that you can't go back to Honeybee and there's not other songs. Like, why did they built that mini game and choreographed that and like didn't put more songs? I would have gone back there and like did it to like earn experience points or something. I would have gone back because that part was like, I don't know. It was just so good. It doesn't. Now we can't explain why Cloud suddenly is like one of the best dancers in town.
Right, he's a soldier.
But
and battle is dance. It's rhythm. It's how you know in your body where it needs to be at any given time.
But he knew the dance they were doing.
I mean, maybe he watched it one time.
Cloud's never been in that building his entire life.
Are you sure?
Well, he would know, I guess.
Yeah, he has amnesia. Maybe he was there and it's just stuck in his head.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I could have been a fly on the wall in y'all's room when y'all were playing it. I imagine y'all both looked at each other and were like, what the hell are we watching? Like, is this actually Final Fantasy VII right now? Because that was my reaction. I was like
ecstatic. I was like, is this happening?
Yeah, because there's no dance thing in the original.
And how kind of like two things. First and foremost, that song is called Stand Up.
It oh so sweet here at the Honeybee, and every moment is a treat.
So whenever you want to do the search for it, it's called Stand Up.
Nice.
But it was so well integrated where it hid the colors of the buttons you had to press like in the lights as it was like weaving through and like
it's so well done.
It was so well done.
So well done. It's great.
And then it got a lot of people just didn't like it online when the game was out. And I'm like what did y'all want from this? This is awesome. Like, I don't know.
I do find it, if you're, it only matters if you play one, but if you're trying to get like the platinum on it, and how each character, Aerith, Cloud, and Tifa all have three separate dresses based around decisions that you make, so you can get different ones throughout the thing. I just thought that was overly complicated. Why do first and foremost, why do Aerith and Tifa need different dresses?
Yeah.
And why not just give Cloud the best one? Like, let's just have the story play out as if he got all the best stuff in the original or something.
Well, didn't in the original you had to get different items too. Like Cloud didn't necessarily win in the
No.
original either. You had to do all the kind of like I got picked in this one. You said you messed something up, and our me and Blake's Cloud dresses were different.
Vastly different.
Yeah,
That's funny. That's funny.
But-
It was great. I was also surprised by it. I mean, I was not expecting that sequence at all, or at least I wasn't expect. I didn't know they were going to lean into it. I think it's cool that Square decided like, screw it. Let's not only include this in the game. Let's dial it up to like 50 million and just make it a whole like dance number. Like,
yeah.
I was
Everybody
surprised.
thought they're going to cut the whole sequence.
Not only did they dive into it, but when Aerith and Cloud finally get to Tifa in the dungeon, and Tifa and Aerith is like, "Oh, you're Tifa. I'm here with Cloud." And she's like, "Cloud," and she realizes that Cloud's the one in the dress, and she's like, "Cloud, you." He's like, "Yeah, nailed it. I know. Let's move on."
Yeah, right.
It's like he knows that he looks hot in this dress.
Yeah.
He's like, "I nailed it. I know. Let's move on."
Cute little cheeky dialogue.
I
Yeah.
laughed so hard.
It's like the only joke he gets in the entire game, but it's really
right.
good.
But it's perfect. He's like, "Yeah, nailed it. I know. Let's move on." Like he is incredibly confident that he's a gorgeous woman.
Yeah. It's great, and I think it was a great that moment also reminds me of the other moments in the game that I didn't expect. They were fun, like expansions of the original lore. Like I really liked, and this is probably a little controversial, but I really like digging into the Avalanche members and like their families and their like where they live. Like I was never in a million years expecting them to spend more time with Biggs and Wedge and Jesse. Like I was not expecting the story to do that, and seeing their houses and their like families, that made them all the more like rounded, and I was even more worried for them getting to the climax and knowing in the original game like they get splatted. So I was like, I don't want. I'm invested now. You know, it was interesting.
You do a lot of cool. Like say you go to Jesse's house. I mean, it's a short sequence, but like it's great. That's fun to do. You get somebody. Yeah, her. There's a whole stuff with her dad. That's not in the original game.
No,
so expanding these characters, they really spend a lot more time on her. I wish people. That was just more. I would have taken more of that, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think we are like for people who haven't played. Unfortunately, Jessie still dies.
Yeah.
And it's so much sadder because she thinks that her bomb caused all this stuff. She never finds out that Shinra triggered the explosion in the tower to make it. Like she has so much guilt when she dies, and it makes you feel so much worse for her, and you have no way to absolve her of it because she died before you can't even talk to her.
Yeah.
But the fact that at the bottom of the tower of the pillar, Wedge intimidates or gets that one good Shinra soldier to open the doors, and he saves so many people. Wedge does, and then Wedge gets out.
Yeah.
And you find out that Biggs has been the one funding the orphanage in sector 6.
7.
No, 6. That's where Eric chooses 6.
Okay.
But at the end, when all the credits and everything are rolling and you're leaving, the camera pans and Biggs is in the orphanage being taken care of. So Biggs and Wedge aren't dead.
Right.
So
I know. That was mind blowing for me. Like completely. I was like, we're in a new time. That was the moment where I was like, we are off the script. Yeah.
So there's a whole, I mean,
well, there's a couple, there's so much talk. Yeah. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
Well, we now know the arbiters of fate, the whispers, those black spirits. We'll get to those in a second, but they both protected and also actively tried to kill Wedge. But as far as I can tell, Wedge makes it out, and we know that Biggs makes it out. So those are huge butterfly effects that could ripple into some
not massive characters, but interesting to have them around again.
Yeah, they could. Like I said, butterfly effect. It could turn into something amazing, or boom, they're just like, because I don't think Biggs or Wedge met Aerith. Well, if Biggs runs the orphanage, he may have met Aerith at one point. So it'd be cool to have Biggs and Wedge team up with Zack in a small team.
Yeah, trying to catch up to everybody.
Because, I don't want to spoil that for you if you haven't played Intermission.
Zack,
it's fine. You go full spoilers here.
Well, okay.
Just
this is the last thing you see in Intermission. Spoiler warning. It's not huge. The last thing you see in Intermission is Zack back at the church. He's pacing outside the church. He was like he's like saying lines about hey I'm back, and he's doing this funny little thing where he goes into the church, but the church is full of refugees. So the timeline is like Aerith and Cloud and them they're gone.
They've left Midgar. Yeah. Oh, so wow.
Zack's in the church. So that's really, I mean, sorry, but that's the last, that's all the Zack you get in the, I don't know why it's in Intermission, but like, that's like, I think that's just like, they're just like placing him in the timeline. Like, hey, this is where he was at the end of Remake. Right. He's alive. Like things are happening. Now, granted, there's no the only sense of timeline is that the church is full of refugees. And I imagine it's the
Right.
sector 7 refugees
It
are in
has to be.
are in the church. So he walks in and he's like, huh, and that's it. Like, he don't even say, he does he even say anything?
He just opens the door and he's like, huh?
Yeah, and then it credits,
boom,
and then you're just like,
credits.
okay, so.
But that's
I
what
think
gives
that's,
me hope with Biggs, because Biggs is in the orphanage in Sector 6.
you think he'll just, yeah, here we go.
And if he's running that orphanage, he had to have met Aerith at one point or another, because she helps out the orphanage so often.
Yeah.
So that's in my head, that is, is a link to
It's a natural
at least
connection.
for Biggs and
Yeah,
Zach.
it's also weird. Like, we talk about people being alive. It's like, if you know the end of Crisis Core, like, how is Zach alive?
Right. Yeah.
And I told Blake the one thing I'm very wondering how they're going to pull. So in lore, there is one Buster sword. There's like
Right.
only one. Like, Zach gets
Cloud.
it. Zach,
yeah.
Zach gets it from Angeal, and then Cloud gets it from Zach. And if like Cloud has it, then how does Zach have it? And like, okay, there's got to be something, because I can't remember for the life of me. I cannot remember at the end of intermission in that cutscene. Blake, you can't remember, if did Zach have a Buster sword on his back? It's like a detail that I should have locked onto. I cannot remember.
I honestly can't remember either.
So, because if he has it, then like Cloud has it too, and it's like not that the sword is that pivotal to the plot, but it is such a iconic thing, and we know when you play all the games, you know where the sword came from. Now, granted, the history of the Buster sword isn't that exciting. It's like Angeal's family's blade, whatever, but the way it gets passed down is cool.
Two of them should not exist at the same time.
There definitely shouldn't be two of them.
Weird.
Honestly, I don't remember. I don't think it was. I think he was in his soldier outfit, but I don't think he had the sheath over the.
So thinking he's like passed out there. Cloud grabbed the sword,
maybe thought he was dead
and left, but then Zach just like wakes up later.
Or maybe because in original 7, you get one cutscene with Zach in the Nibelheim thing when you go into like those revitalization chambers. Maybe he took Zach to one of those to heal.
Yeah,
and
they haven't showed anything.
Sure, if he would wake up, like there's
maybe somebody else saved Zach. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah,
you know that he was there, and it could also, because they introduced a new Turk in Crisis Core. What's her name? Elena, or is it Elena?
Yeah,
no, Elena's
pretty
blonde.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Ayami.
Rude, Rufus, Elena.
Rufus, Elaine.
She's only in Crisis Core.
And
but she survives. So
she survives. So maybe she did, because she had a thing for Zach.
She did have a thing.
She was flirting with him real hard in Crisis Core. So maybe she defies orders, and like maybe she becomes more integral.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's hard to tell. We don't know.
It's funny because like when we played originally FF7 as kids, right? Like there was one game and one storyline to follow and one continuity. And now there are so many spin-offs. There's so much content in this universe. We've got, I mean, this isn't even including like Vincent's standalone game and like Crisis Core and the movies and all this stuff. It's like there's so much to this universe now. It's really a universe, and it's incredible. There's just a lot of content in here.
Have you dabbled in Ever Crisis?
I have not. No, I've not played Ever Crisis. Is it good?
It's a phone game. It's a mobile game, but as far as I know, it's canon. So whatever Crisis is, it's like hitting key moments in 7 Crisis Core, and then it has it's called First Soldier, and that's like stuff with Sephiroth when he was younger, and that's supposed to be canon. So people have been kind of excited. I don't play games on my phone, so I've barely played. I played like the first episode of First Soldier, but I'm wondering like how important it is that I have that played before Rebirth. Like, is like some of Sephiroth's past stuff going to be relevant now? So I don't know if you got time to look into that, but it's tedious because it is a phone game. But you are poking through like the pivotal moments of each of the games. It's kind of neat to kind of see it again.
I will say, on the topic of this, the graphics look pretty good for a phone game. I'm like, dang, this is a pretty good looking phone.
What's cool about it is it looks like it's like a super upgraded version of the original game when you walk around, and then when you go into combat, it does like the original 7, and it's like using the remake sprites inside combat.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's cool.
It's coming to PC. I think recently. So if you're more interested and putting some time into it before Remake or Rebirth, whatever.
Yeah.
It's supposed to come into PC. I don't really play much of anything on PC, but it's on my phone. I turn it on sometime late at night and do a mission or two, and then get annoyed because it's just like popping crap in my face all the time. I'm like, I've had enough of this.
All right. What is the first game y'all play at the Golden Saucer? You get to the Golden Saucer in Rebirth. What is the very first game y'all are running to play?
I'm gonna go play that game where you throw berries at that Moogle.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know.
The submarine thing, I think I'd be interested to see how they do that.
Oh, yeah,
Actually,
the
because
submarine's pretty cool.
the bike thing will be more of the bike. We would talk about the bike stuff too. The bike will be more of the bike. I think there's too much bike stuff in the remake. Actually,
Well, they're too long.
something that
Seems like
too long.
drags. But
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how they'll do because the submarine in the Gold Saucer is obviously going to be a tease for the actual submarine. Are we going to get a submarine?
Yeah.
In this game, if we wouldn't get it till the next third game,
Yeah.
wouldn't think. So submarine will be cool. What's that fighting game?
like
Rocket
it's like virtual
Yeah.
fight. It's like the rock.
It's like
Paper
rock-
Scissors,
yeah,
the
it's
actual
like-
fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Isn't there a
I
sumo
know.
one?
I think the sumo was good. Yeah, I think there was a
Yeah,
sumo one.
like
There's a
Sumo
snowboarding
Dumo or
one.
something.
Oh, no, sumo is the arm wrestling
Yeah,
thing.
sumo's the arm
Yeah,
wrestling,
wrestling. God, they're gonna make that so hard for some reason. Just like the
I am-
pull-ups and the push-ups.
I am running straight head first. No one will deter me. I will tell Tifa, Bear, everybody get out of my way. I'm going to the roller coaster to do the like shooting game on the roller coaster. I freaking love that mini game. That's my favorite mini game in the world. I love that game.
It'll be
I'm terrible at it, but I loved it.
it'll be really explosive, I'm sure, in this version.
Oh yeah.
I wonder how they're gonna handle the Gold Saucer date. You know, there's so many there's so many factors that determine it, like things under the hood that you don't know in the original game when you're playing through, like even like talking to somebody first, like or like saying no or yes at this particular part. Like there's like so many factors you could really. I wonder if they'll be doing that again.
Talk about the Abzu thing, if that's what it was, because both Aerith and Tifa are knocked out. Whoever you talk to first gets
It's like plus a point.
Plus a point to them. It's all behind the scenes numbers you can't see.
Right.
But
Yeah,
maybe
That's
those
another
numbers only exist in Rebirth, because you said you don't transfer files, so none of your stuff really affects that. Maybe
That's exactly my beef. I wish we would transfer files. Like it feels so weird not to have those choices and those characters and the gear and the items are one thing, but like I don't know. It feels weird not to transfer data over. I really am frustrated by that.
Surely they'll have some sort of bonus for having a save, some crappy pre-order, like not pre-order, some like congratulations, you played the game. Here's a material you won't use.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't know. I wish they carried over the save data, because like y'all said, like in the original game, all those little inconsequential things you wouldn't even think about matter in determining who you go on the date with. And it's like, I don't know. I'm curious if that'll be interesting in Rebirth, but really fun.
If they scripted it to be a certain person,
maybe.
Because we've spoken about it a couple of times, the church, but we haven't actually, because you talked about in the episode about the fall. You're like, how does Cloud end up actually surviving that massive fall?
Right.
And their cure-all is like grapple hook. Here you go. That's how he survives everything, because they all just have grapple hooks now.
Yeah.
And Barrett is so not graceful when he does that when you climb in the wall, he does the hook shot over and he flips over the thing and keeps tumbling down. Yeah. He's not a graceful man.
We'll talk about some other timeline stuff. While you mentioned the whispers.
Yes.
So I don't know if it's confirmed, but the whispers are the internet thing was the whispers are the fans, are the original Final Fantasy VII fans, making sure the plot stays on course. What do you think of that theory?
Wow, that is really, really cool. I think it's interesting. They were a very interesting addition to Remake, and I felt like when they started popping up, it was at like it's kind of towards the end of the remake, and I was kind of like, I don't know if these things are good or evil or what their objective is, but that's a cool theory. I hadn't thought that they were the fans of the original game, like keeping canon intact. Like
when you replay before Rebirth, watch all the parts, pay attention to all the parts when the whispers show up. They do a lot of things. I was paying attention this time too. They do a lot of things where something could possibly change, and it pushes the characters back onto the track of the plot line that you remember. Yeah, it does a lot of that, and they're going to be in Rebirth. They confirmed that a few weeks ago to kind of keep things. So yeah, that's the. I don't know I just don't know if that was confirmed or it was just like a like there is this a. It was supposed to be us.
If that holds true, then when Zach pops up, he should be covered in whispers. He should be like swimming in an ocean of whispers, because he should not be around at this point.
Yeah, he shouldn't be alive. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And they do that weird thing at near the end where like Sephiroth stabs Barrett and like the whisper comes up and like heals him, because Barrett can't die here. And I was like, okay, is everybody just invincible? Like we should test this theory now on who can't die no more because the whispers won't let them. But that's a weird one. I didn't I didn't necessarily like that part in particular, him getting stabbed and getting healed. I was like, that wasn't really needed. But what I did miss at that part, and I want to go back to some other timeline stuff. What I did miss is the president being stabbed by the Sephiroth sword. I thought that was a really important moment that just wasn't there. I kind of missed that.
But he does stab him, doesn't he?
He stabs him afterward. But when you come in there originally,
because he stabs him through the chair.
And it's a cool thing just to walk into. And I wanted to like walk it, like it's this memory crap that you kind of like. Yeah. This is like a pivotal moment. This president's the big bad for so long. Well, a couple hours in the original, but then you walk into him and then boom, he's gone. Another thing they say, if you pay attention, Sephiroth. So they say that Remake is a remake sequel at the same time, and that they
fan theories, of course.
I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but supposedly Sephiroth is aware that he is in a remake, or like he is in it, or Sephiroth is aware that he's in another timeline. He says things throughout. I listened to his dialogue. I can see where people got that he's kind of aware of events. Him and Aerith both. Aerith says a couple of things that she seems very aware of what's going to happen in her future.
Huh.
So like when you replay, listen to Sephiroth, and a lot of scenes with Aerith, not usually when she's, every now and then somebody will say something about something kind of in the future, and Aerith will have like a weird comment, like it's like really these one-off little comments, and she says it quite a few times, like these different little things. You're just like, I paused one night when I was playing, and I went and told Blake, the line. I was like, I think she knows this has already happened, or something. She's already experienced this in some way. Like they kind of lead into that being like like you said, more timeline stuff.
Well, not even that is, when the plate's about to fall, and Aerith says that she'll go back and save Marlene. And so you have that whole little thing with Aerith where she's doing her whole adventure to get to Marlene.
Yeah, it's a cool part.
It's a really cool part. And then you get to Marlene, and she's like, "Hey, your daddy sent me to help get you." She's like, "You do? My dad?" It's a really sweet scene. And then when Marlene goes to hug Aerith, it does that glitch in the screen, and then Marlene takes a step back and looks at Aerith, and Aerith goes, "Shh." So like, I guess the innocence of children.
I read a thing the other day. We got somebody on Reddit, and they got kind of torn apart in the comments. They say like they think that Marlene is another ancient.
Oh wow. I've actually heard that theory before. I think even in the old days of the original F7, I've heard that theory.
It's a possibility. You never know,
because you don't know
her dad. There's a whole
story about her dad. You don't know who her mom is either.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting if they like solidified it, maybe. But it doesn't explain. That would explain why, because also technically Sephiroth is an ancient. He's directly bred in whatever combined with Unova,
right?
And she's an ancient. And so it would make sense that if Marlene saw that, maybe she is. Maybe they're like, guys, fan theory. Yeah, well, this is correct because it's a cool idea.
Why put that in there? Why put that 2-second scene in the game if it doesn't mean anything?
Right.
That's exactly. I'm saying that it does mean something.
Yeah. I don't know if she's necessarily an ancient or something else. I mean, ancient seems to be like the hot word for what any kind of interaction with Aerith. So
what the Sintra?
Sintra,
that's really called.
Sintra,
yeah. Cintra, Sintra.
Yep. Yeah, there's honestly so much to talk about with like the direction the story's going, but I at the end of the day, I'm glad that they're not just rehashing the exact same story. I think it's exciting to see where it's going to go. I do hope, and I know we said this, when we originally recorded the first episode, but I really hope they honor the death in the original game for Aerith, and I hope they don't. It's like it would be sacrilege for them just to go, whoa, fan service, and now hands come out and she lives. It's like, please don't shark jump this. Like, this is an important moment in gaming history. Like, it sucks. But it's like Peter Parker's like Uncle Ben, right? Uncle Ben has to die for Peter Parker to become Spider-Man. Like, it's canon. It's a canon event. Like, if you undo this, what does this mean for the timeline? What does it mean for the characters? I don't know. I'm curious. I'm really excited to see where it goes, but I really hope that's one thing they stick to and they don't like unmake it or rewrite it.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous honestly. About it because it's just
because like he just released a statement saying that there's a surprise.
That's all he said. He's like, y'all will be surprised. I was like,
my heart's. I'm like, please don't do anything stupid.
Don't do it.
Don't do anything stupid.
As much as I love Aerith, it would want her to live. I don't want her to live, unfortunately, because it would be too weird.
Yeah, it'd be very different. It'd be super different. I mean, we live on this is such a wild timeline, but Zach could pop up and change. It's like everything could go totally off plot here, and it's like we were in uncharted territory. But it is still exciting. I mean, regardless of what it is exciting, but I also do hope they have some honor about it because that's what made FF7 such a great game. Is like it's gritty and realistic and steampunky, and it wasn't an idealized perfect anime. Good. Good always wins and evil always. It was like it felt very relatable and it felt like tragic in a lot of ways. And I think if you delete that tragedy, it undermines what the original game was. I mean, it undermines that lore. And I hope they don't do that. I really hope they stick to their guns.
Because her death like changes mostly affects Cloud, but like her death changes him as a person. So if it's not there, I mean,
yeah,
it'd be more like would it be more like, so if she dies, what she should die, but she's died, but Zach's around, like it'd be interesting to see her death, the effect of her death on Zach, probably, because you don't get that because like she thinks Zach's
as far as Zach is
in the original timeline, Zach's been dead forever. I don't know if Aerith even knows he's dead actually.
I don't think she does.
But anyway, like it'd be interesting to see how it would change because he's more of a bright, happy-go-lucky, bouncy kind of irritating guy,
Yeah, I feel the same about Zach though. I feel like his death is important too. Like his death is important for Cloud's development and his identity, and to delete that or to control Z on that and then make him alive again. What does that mean about the Cloud of the universe we're watching? Like, what is it like? Has he gone through these? Like, I'm really, I don't know.
That's what rolls back. Like, what is the world where both these guys exist?
Yeah,
they're both alive in the same.
Speaking of that, there's a part when you go to the playground, the playground, which was awesome. I love going back there
because you can slide and everything.
You can slide down the slide and everything.
You can slide,
very important.
But Aerith says Zach's name.
Yeah,
it does that weird glitchy thing, and Cloud doesn't hear it.
Yeah, she goes, "What was his name?" And it just does the glitch, and you don't hear his name because that, I guess, Cloud can't cope with that name. So
yeah,
that was a cool part too.
There's that glitch. So something happened
mm-hmm.
with them. Maybe they'll explore it further. Maybe
when Cloud originally in the original comes to terms with who he is, it has nothing to do with Zach because Zach's been dead. Yeah. So I want to use Zach to have Cloud deal with that sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
sooner.
Yeah.
Well, even what was it?
I don't know. Gosh,
no, because Hojo.
It's not like our last podcast. We're just like, I don't know. What could happen?
Well, because both, I think, not Sephiroth, but Hojo says something to Cloud. He's like, "You're soldier. Wait a minute, you're not complete."
Mm-hmm.
He's like he says like because Cloud never actually made it to a first-class soldier, and as far as he could get, because he did get infused with Mako, but he never made it to soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so Hojo makes the crack. He's like, "You're incomplete. I don't recognize you." But so he's been infused, but maybe something else.
Are they infused in the mansion?
Possibly, like in those inner, what do you call it, the revitalization?
Because soldiers only get infused when they make first class, don't they? Because I don't know. Is that confused in a?
He has the eyes. Anyone who has the eyes has been infused with Mako.
But is he? Because he starts out, he's class 2 at the beginning of Crisis Core. Is he?
I think they give you more as you get you elevate. Because again, we don't know fully how making a soldier happens. Like they've never really explored that, so we don't know.
All I know is every time I looked in those incubation chambers and I saw a scary monster, it scared the crap out of me as a kid, and I always freaked me out. And it was like, damn, I don't like looking at these things. It's horror in an FF7 game. I loved it though, but it scared the bejesus out of me as a kid.
The darker stuff's gonna be really fun in Rebirth.
Speaking about
the dark, scary stuff.
Other past things is I'm jumping to the end of the game, but while you're running around Shinra building, and as soon as you hit a story beat and you walk out of that ancient experience in the VR room, some random soldier walks by. He's like, "What, Cloud?" And the guy, he's like, "Yeah." "Oh, dude, me and Consuls thought you bit it. We didn't know how long you been alive, dude. We thought you were dead." Oh, he's like, "Wait right there. I'm gonna go grab Consul. He needs to know you're alive. You guys are friends."
But you run off,
and you're like, "Who's Consul?"
Right. Yeah.
And you're like, and it was cool having some random. I mean, the fact that it happened is cool, but you're like, really, the chances of it happening, whatever. But someone recognized him from soldier because that's all he was. He was a
grunt.
He was a grunt. Yeah, he was a soldier grunt trying to make his way up to being a soldier. But this dude recognized him, And so that's cool too, because that means who knows? Who knows what that means? But the fact that they thought about it is, I think, is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to bring that up, that someone else recognized Cloud outside besides Hojo.
It's a good point. Yeah, it's wild. It's just like, what implications does it have for the connections this Cloud has that we don't know about? It's just wild. It's super wild.
What you got?
Let's see. Well, dipping back to the things we talked about. Well, again, towards the Shinra thing is you get a choice, like in original 7, if you want to do a front door assault or run up the 100 stairs, and you can choose. You can literally run up. Well, I think in this version it's 50 flights of stairs. It's up to the 50th floor, and you run up every single one.
The game doesn't even skip forward.
It doesn't skip. Yeah. You have to run up all of them.
I did that part again.
Or if you do the front assault, you do the whole break-in, and then you can take an elevator up, but the elevator will stop every couple of floors and you get to like a fight with some soldiers. But you still get to do both, which I thought was really cool, that they let you have the choice.
Yeah. I still wish they had done the sneaking elements. Like I do kind of like, I know it's like Metal Gear Solid-y, but it just, there was parts of that I liked, and the hiding from the guards, looking around and turning around and stuff. There was a lot in the first game. There's a lot in Remake, so I'm not like knocking it. It wasn't enough for me to be like, oh, y'all missed the mark. But it was one thing. I was like, damn, just elevator doors open and enemies spit out. Come on, we can do more than this. But it was okay.
And because you see lots of, like in the original, you do see lots of other little hints and like foreshadowing in different parts of the different floors. Like you don't really run across that many floors in this version. What they do instead, what we can talk about, is the drum, the Hojo lab sequence, which is not in the original. They choose to do that instead.
Yeah.
Instead of doing the Shinra building, you usually run around these labs for like
I was a little annoyed because it went on for far too long, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's like you had Ward A, Ward B, Ward C, and then everyone got to come together on Ward C, but you had to do all the bouncing back and forth and talking on the intercoms. But I did let you fight some of those enemies and turn them into like semi-bosses, like you talked about that blade flying snake thing, whatever it was called.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
It's like, the slice something, air slicer.
Like Vanguard or one of those, one of those
it's
things.
like a silly name, like an air slicer, I think it was. Air cutter. I think it's called air cutter.
Air cutter, yeah.
Well, we've talked a lot about this stuff, and I guess one of the bigger things we kind of haven't dabbled on maybe is the voice acting, which I'm pretty happy with throughout. I wish I told Blake about when I was replaying, like everybody's like, they like really got this stuff down. The only person that kind of irks me a little bit is I think Aerith's voice actor talks too high. A lot of the time, she's like a little. We keep saying anime, and she's a little anime high, like female anime high. Because Tifa talks normal, Jessie talks normal. Every other girl,
Mr. T still.
Yeah, Barrett's still Mr. T.
Barrett's definitely still Mr. T. The planet is dying, Cloud. What are you gonna do? Yeah, no, yeah.
But I think they did I mean, I don't know how they could have messed up the voices. I guess that I'm sure they were really picky. Like I think you might have said in the original podcast, you looked some of them up, and they're like, Remake was their first job.
The only thing that they have done. Yeah, most of them. Wow. The Remake was the only thing they have done, at least in voice acting.
I'm just glad they just didn't go grab famous voice actors and stuff like that. Oh yeah,
because I looked at the voice actor for Sephiroth is that same dude who did Crisis Core, and he Tyler Holchin. I think I might be, but he's Superman and Lois on the CW.
Oh, really?
He's that kid. He was also in in Teen Wolf. He was one of the main characters of Teen Wolf.
Oh wow!
But this is his first, and he is Sephiroth, so he's got to be Superman and Sephiroth, which are both huge things.
Huge roles.
Pretty big deal.
Fun fact: I'm a huge fan of the CW, so all those references totally land. I love the CW. I mean, I was like I was an Arrowverse kid, like the Flash, Arrow, Legends. I was like all about that. That's a different podcast episode, maybe a different podcast altogether. But we go deep in on Arrowverse.
So you know the face that I'm talking about, though, right?
I do. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Superman and Supergirl, and then he has Superman and Lois.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
that's the voice actor for Sephiroth.
Yeah. I was overall really impressed with the voice cast. Nobody stuck out to me in the wrong ways. I do agree Aerith felt a little out of place, but overall I didn't bump on anybody in particular.
Like she's not bad. She's not bad. I just wish she wasn't a little high for like, especially when nobody else. There's no other females that talk as high. Even like you haven't when you play intermission, like even Yuffie, who is a loud person,
Yeah.
And like through the whole episode, her whole thing, she's loud, but her voice fits like perfect. Like they nailed her voice actress too. So like she sounds great as well. The only person was Aerith talking a little, and that's a very minor complaint on an otherwise great job voice acting, because she did a great job. Like it sounds, how you want Aerith to sound.
But I do have, I think I brought it up. And this is not the first time these names have been said, especially considering like Advent Children exists. But maybe not everyone saw that. More people have probably played the games and watched Advent Children possibly. But I felt such validation from certain names being said, and it's the way that I've always said them in my life, and had people try to correct how I said them. We bring it up because they've officially announced Kate Sith, that he is his name is pronounced Kate Sith, not Cat She or any of that stuff. He is Kate Sith.
Yeah, I've always said Kate Sith myself. Yeah,
we said Kate Sith. There was a little, somewhere in our youth, somewhere where the big hubbub was Cat Chi, whatever his name was, and
that's how the Gaelic would pronounce the name, because it's based off an Irish or Gaelic
Kate
name.
Sith is fine.
Yeah,
but then
I've always said
it's
Yuffie. I had friends that said Yuffie, not Yuffie. Like I've had different pronunciations as well. It's like I've always just gone how I read it, but it's fine.
Yuffie's Yuffie.
It's Tifa, not Tifa.
Right.
Yuffie.
Not Yuffie.
Yeah, not Yuffie. And it's Aerith.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
That's just a translation error originally.
But they still they stuck their guns, and it's Aerith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I've always said Kate Sith. Not Cat She.
Yeah.
My favorite voice. Now y'all share y'all's opinions too. My favorite voice. I love Red 13's voice.
I was going to ask how y'all felt about Red 13's voice.
I think it's great. Like he's like he sounds like, because remember he's older than he appears.
Yeah.
But I think his voice fits that.
Yeah. He's also a child in his people. He's like
according to his people, but he's still an older entity. He's not a mammal. I guess he's a mammal.
Person.
Right.
He's still older, but like when he talked, because I don't know, we heard him talk for the trailers and stuff. When he first started, I was like, man, this sounds like he sounds cool. Like he like genuinely sounds cool.
Yeah.
Like
I was worried. I was worried going into it that they were going to turn him into a Disney movie cartoonish.
Oh, yeah.
I was really worried for Red 13. I don't know if I'd say my favorite performance in the game vocally, but I honestly might go to Barrett. I mean, honestly, Barrett also just has badass lines too. I mean, I might
some of the
like
best lines.
There's some great
best
lines.
Comedy too. He's like, don't look down. I'm afraid of heights, guys. Don't look down. Don't look down. I wasn't scared. You guys were scared. I wasn't scared. I said to Drew, like, I would love to see some back flashes of Barrett with Marlene, because Barrett's the exact type of father who I could see Barrett having a little princess tea party with Marlene, and I would love to see Barrett with like a little crown on his head, sitting there in like a little pink dress, having a tea party with Marlene. I think that would be the most adorable and hilarious thing.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, there's fan art out there. There's got to. Sure. I mean, we could ask ChatGPT to draw us a picture of it, but there's definitely fan art out there for sure.
He definitely, because he's doing the Mr. T thing so like perfectly.
He kind of comes out of it, which I like. I like for his character. He's really and he probably has the most growth within the remake. I would think, because Cloud's the same guy pretty much throughout. Everybody's kind of the same person.
Everyone's a little more somber,
a little bit, but as a personality wise, Barrett has a lot of growth. I feel like in remake, and he'll have more throughout. I'm hoping that he'll like
with Dine.
When we get to the Dine stuff, Marlene's dad, I guess.
It's
like,
Marlene's.
I hope it ain't like we just do that and then there's nothing else, because that's how 7 kind of handles it. Like here's his past and that's it.
We'll have to, because especially with they've kind of moved Scarlet to the more of the front, and she's the one who runs the weapon division. She's the one who he was working for when they were doing all the mining and stuff like that. So there's bound to be some because Barrett never interacted with Scarlet.
Right.
Not really.
Not in this.
So there will be some good chemistry between them when he's like, you don't, dumb person, dumb woman for killing us or hurting us.
I do want to roll back. Do you have maybe you're I know you're probably thinking about your favorite performance, or maybe kind of the person you thought like sounded the most like what you hoped they would sound like. For me, like I say Red 13 because he was my surprise. Like he actually sounded better than I was. Like I was nervous. Like because Red 13 can go so many ways because he's an animal. Like they could do anything they wanted with his character. Because like you don't know what that sounds like.
Yeah.
Good then.
And he was my biggest surprise. So
I was totally expecting Disney nonsense with him, but I'd probably go Barrett. I agree.
Yep.
He's just he's so well rounded. He's such an awesome. He's so well designed. The way he puts his kid on his shoulder, and it's just like he's got this huge gun in front of him. He's not only like badass, but his heart is in the right place too. As weird as that sounds, like I love that he's like. I mean, like, what is it, like a revolutionary fighting for the planet? Like planet terrorist. Like, it's just I don't want to get demonetized, but he's so cool. Like, he's just a badass. Like, I don't know. I really like Barrett. I'm gonna go Barrett. That's my vocal performance. That I was just like, my man. Like back after all these years, my man.
I like that. He's the only guy running around with a gun for an arm, and nobody knows he works for a terrorist agency.
I know,
Not a
right?
single person.
Like he's the guy, the loudest guy with a gun for an arm. Nobody's like, that guy clearly works for Avalanche. Nobody says anything.
In fact, he's yelled the word Avalanche several times in a public place, and no one. I guess they're just like, it's a big black man. We're not gonna.
Can't acknowledge. Yeah, he's great.
What? But you might.
Outstanding performances. Roche.
No.
No, I'm kidding. No, God no. I hate it. That was.
I
so
love
annoying.
my motorcycle.
but just in general,
It ain't gonna be main cast. Because I'm thinking like another.
I was thinking along the lines of more Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse.
I think Jesse's. I think between those three characters, if you put them together, I think Jesse stands out.
Yeah.
But maybe because you get more time with her.
Biggs
But her
was
actress is really
But I liked Wedge because I like the actor who plays Wedge. He's got that kind of like raspy voice, kind of low tone raspy voice. He was in like Breaking Bad and a whole bunch of others. I think his name's like I forget his name, God. But he is. I like the actor, and it was really cool. I was like, oh man, getting to hear him talk and do all that stuff.
He's about the age where he would have grown up playing Final Fantasy VII.
Oh yeah, definitely. But
That's
for
awesome.
Jessie and getting the more backstory on her, they're like, oh, the reason that she is in this organization because she is super smart because her father's a scientist. But the whole thing for Jessie, and you kind of feel more when you dig into her, is it's a performance. Because she wants to be an actress. Her entire life she's done ballet, she's done talent classes, all these things to be an actress. And she acted in Gold Saucer. And as far as her parents know, she's still an actress at the Gold Saucer. And what's his face? Wedge even warns you. He's like, "Hey, it's not real, Cloud. Don't let her fool you. She does that because it's how she feels comfortable pretending to be someone that she's not."
Yeah.
And you're like, you're like, oh, that's even more sad and everything. And Jessie between the three of them, she stood out. And I did like, I liked them all.
Yeah.
But, Aerith's mom had a much more, what's her name? Elmira.
More of a role in this.
She had a much bigger feel. And then when she talked about like where she found the little girl and her mother dead at the train yard, and it just
left her body there, I guess.
I guess she just left her.
They don't address that. You kind of just leave the body there, I guess.
Yeah,
Mara was good.
Then of course you got Reno and Rude. Who get to come in and be much more prevalent. And speaking of Rude, was it Rude? Yeah, it was Rude. Went out of his way to save Tifa when they're attacking the pillar, and Reno's like about to shoot her with a missile. Rude just goes, oops, and like moves the thing on purpose, and his missile goes flying off and misses the pillar. And we're like, it was weird that Rude would have randomly protected her.
For protecting Tifa.
Protected Tifa specifically because she was running up the tower to get with Cloud.
They never even met.
Well, you think because technically, because Tifa was trained by a person to be her fighter class, and Rude fights similar to Tifa. They could be they had the same teacher.
That'd be cool.
And they knew each other from a past. Because everyone
cool connection.
Well, she would know if maybe they don't know they were trained by the same because they don't interact.
Why would he recognize her?
He wouldn't. Well, how would he?
If he did, but he specifically moved out of the way so when Rude or Reno hit the missile, it missed Tifa, and only after he saw that it was Tifa, he did a little tilt on the thing. So why would Rude protect Tifa?
Yeah, who knows?
Well, I don't know. But they're both hand-to-hand fighters.
Yeah.
And so maybe
they're great. There's so many nice little changes in the game that just add questions that we're holding on to as we go into Rebirth. I will say for me personally, the character that I felt like not changed the most, but I learned the most about in Remake as opposed to the original game, definitely Jessie. Like I feel like she was such a short, brief, almost even forgettable character in the original game. She's barely in the original game, and now it's like we meet her family, we understand her background, we know why she's in Avalanche. Like I was like, dang, the writers like really wanted to develop her and Biggs and Wedge. They did a great job of it. And it didn't feel like filler. It didn't feel like BS. It felt great. It felt like it belonged in that world.
I feel like they did that for her because they knew she was going to be the one they killed.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the only stuff you get for
because I said when you think back about it, like when you think back about remake now, you think a lot about Jessie because they give her so much in this. Biggs and Wedge are with her and around, but you don't go to their house. You don't do the thing like Wedge likes cats. Like okay,
you go to
like,
Wedge's cat farm or cat sanctuary, and for Biggs, you because other people mentioned him that he specifically donates and funds the orphanage.
Yeah,
you're like that's pretty cool. But
yeah.
him, you don't really get.
But the Jessie stuff was key.
Yeah. Man, Rebirth is going to be really wild. I'm very, very excited to see it come out. It's going to look gorgeous. I have no idea what is going to happen with the story, but there's so many iconic moments from Nibelheim to the Hydras to Aerith's death that are going to be in this game that are just going to be absolutely bananas. I'm very, very excited for this game coming out.
I saw a picture of somebody doing like they were sharing a picture of the at Juno when you're marching down the street and you're doing the thing.
Yeah,
there's a picture of the pictures of the guys walking and the post was like there's a picture of this and they're like, yeah, I can't wait to screw this part up 100 times like I did in the original. You're trying to do
I go up.
Surely the stupid dancing thing,
the
gun thing will probably be in the
Be
game.
in there. It'll have to be in there.
Yeah.
I'm wondering about 1,000,000%.
I'm wondering about so right before all that. We'll wrap this up soon. We're getting a little on in time, but
yeah, we are.
There's a part at the beginning of Juno. If you remember, you go down to the beach and you jump off a dolphin and go above you. Like
the dolphin uppercuts you up into
the rafters to get the Shiva material or something.
Yeah,
or Ifrit. Like, are we gonna like dolphin hop in this game? In the remake in Rebirth? Like, I just you never know what the things they might just leave out.
Yeah, it's wild. There's so many campy, fun things like that in the original game. It's why everybody loves the original game, and that's like why it's such a fan favorite. Like,
or right after that, the boat ride. I imagine the boat ride across from Juno to Costa del Sol will be more of a set piece now, and I wonder about the hilarious because in the original game, like you get Red 13 all dressed up in a Shinra uniform. Like, are they going to do? That's funny in old graphics. I don't know how it'll play if they attempt it in the.
It's going to look weird on the boat, the Costa del Sol. Yeah, it's going to look.
Yeah,
that's also the first time you fight Genova too, ain't it?
Exactly.
That would be the first time. Yeah, you fought a version of her in Remake now.
Yeah, now.
I don't think that was her. That wasn't her. That was a
weird.
That's those little numbered clone guys. But anyway,
you got to get the enemy skill material ready to learn that Aqualung or whatever the skill was that.
Aqualung.
Yeah. Pretty good. Look at that. Pretty good skill. Look at that.
Classic childhood memory kicking in.
Yeah. I'm excited. Costa del Sol is going to look great in graphics too. It's going to be hype. I'm really, really excited. I'm sure y'all are going to cover it in a podcast episode whenever it does come out ad nauseum. I'm going to be absolutely, if y'all want me on, I'm always happy to come back. I just want to say, like, what y'all have done over these 100 episodes is nothing short of incredible, and y'all should be proud, man. I hope y'all are proud. Like, I honestly hope y'all.
Some days.
Yeah.
There's parts sometimes when you look back at a couple episodes, you still often look back at certain episodes, and that's kind of like the idea of trying to do better. Now, I'm not saying the podcast is going to turn around and like it's going to be great, but like you look back at some episodes and we're like, we should have talked about that better. We should have covered that game a little better. And there's a lot of that in our 100 episodes. We talked about freaking sometimes like 2 games per episode. Sometimes there was like 3 smaller games. Like we've done a lot of that over it's been years now.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Like there's been times where we're like because we're not. You don't get famous in podcasting unless you're already famous. And we're not trying to get famous. We're just trying to have fun. There are times when, because we still like, I'll be open about, we still don't get any like listener interaction and stuff like that. I think people are like scared to talk on the internet sometimes to strangers, I guess.
Lurkers,
we've openly opened up for like anything like that. And we don't ever get any of that. So sometimes like that's a little bit of like a
disheartening.
Like why are we still doing it? But then like Blake will be like, there's a couple of times over the years, like 2, maybe once or twice big times I was talking to Blake. I was like, I don't want to like stop doing this a little bit because it is a lot of work sometimes to like really. And then we started a second podcast, so it became double the workload on me. I don't know if you heard, we have a Blake's Movie podcast, but
I've seen the Facebook page.
Yeah. So they came double the work. So luckily, like more recently, like a couple of times, Blake would talk me back into it. Like kind of like it was like one conversation. He was like I kind of like I really enjoy it. It's like our thing, and I want to keep doing it. And then we'll have an episode, and we'll record one, and I'll hit stop record, and like damn, that was like to us that was like really good. Like this conversation we just had about this game was awesome. Like nobody's gonna freaking hear it probably, but like. I wish people were hear some things some things we get into sometimes, and we still a lot of times like this is about this podcast here, it's about having you, and then we're talking about a big AAA game. We do still spend a lot of time not talking about big games, and that's the stuff we like about our podcast is we shine a lot of light on the smaller. We still talk about big games, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, whenever this episode goes up, I'm gonna plug the crap out of it on Facebook. I'm gonna send it to my friends. I'm sure y'all get some interaction on there, but it's like this space is so competitive and so saturated, and it's like everyone is so vile and cutthroat, and that's why I appreciate folks like y'all that are in it for the right reasons, that are in it for your heart, and just to share your experiences and passion for these games. Like it is so crappy, and I'm not throwing shade on like big podcasters, but you can just tell when you're listening to somebody. Like especially on YouTube is the worst for this, but like you'll see a video where someone will be like, the top 10 things I like about this, and it's like it just feels so like clickbaity. It just feels so it's scummy, and it's like, do you actually care about this at all? Like did you actually give a crap about this growing up or not? That's why I celebrate the smaller podcasters, and I've always got time for it. It's like I'm one too.
So I'll tell you this, the day after Rebirth comes out, there's going to be 15 million YouTubers going, the top 10 things that I hate about this, or the top 10 things that are different from the original. And you're just like, the game just came out. How can you have already played it and done all this research? It's just
some folks don't even play it.
Yeah, that too. Some people won't even play it. Yeah, because we noticed that because we're not as bad into it as we used to be with like achievement hunters and stuff. But you'll play through a game. Like the biggest one for me that I'll never forget is we played through Last of Us 1, just back on like PS3. Yeah, and it was like. The percentage for people who beat that game was like 7.8% people got this trophy for beating the game.
Oh man.
You're like, this game's only like 8 hours long.
It's immensely famous.
But that's all people do. People play the new hotness,
so they can tweet about it and then turn it off.
And then move on to the next new hotness. Because no one beats and plays games anymore. They play the first 10 minutes, 2 hours, whatever, and then move on. And that's what bothers us. Because every game not every game, majority of the games we play, we beat. And if we don't beat them, we have played them and we give our reason as to why we stopped.
Right.
Like we give a legitimate reason, like just not all games are for everybody. There's no one
exactly.
For me, my bad.
Yeah.
And we give it as praise and tell people to go play it.
Well, if y'all are ever up in Washington, if you're ever in the Seattle area and y'all freaking want to go out for some fresh fish or come hang out and get a drink or just chill, like you've got an open invitation, man. We would love to host y'all. And
that'd be really cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
Texas was a little closer.
Just a little hotter too. Like we'd have to stay inside in air conditioned weather there.
We're still in Tennessee, but Well, I guess we'll let you go. 'Cause I don't know what time it is in Washington right now, but we're gonna So I can't tell you how much we appreciate this. I mean, it's again. I'm not on drill on you, but it's just cool to talk to you again. I know people don't always stay in touch, especially people who are so far away. Like our other podcast is with one of our best friends, and we only ever talk to him on that podcast because of the way life is and stuff like that. So.
Indiana.
He's up in Indiana. So he's like 6 hours north of us. You're all the way across the country, but he's 6 hours north. But it's just, I don't know. It's just cool. It's just cool to see you again and talk to you. And it's cool to know you're okay and you're doing good in life. And
love goes both ways, man. Y'all are the best. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for having me on. Congratulations on episode 100. Throw in a bunch of fun sound effects. Like y'all deserve all of it. And I'll see y'all whenever y'all are on next, and I'll be plugging the episode.
We're playing Rebirth.
We're playing Rebirth, and then have they announced the title of third game yet? Remake.
No. But they did. They did say that it is going to be a trilogy, and that's all they're doing. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. So we can do predictions. What are they going to title a third game? What's y'all's prediction?
It's got to have an R.
I think they
got to have an R. Yeah.
I think they wasted Reunion on the Crisis Core remake.
That's
Reunion is so important especially
Yeah.
to the end of Final Fantasy VII. There's all a bunch of reunion talk. Why they put it on the Crisis Core remake? You got remake, rebirth, reunion. You had it. What'd you do?
You had it, but they broke it. So what is your prediction, Andrew? What are you locking in on for
What
your
could it be now?
What's your reword? Come on, dude.
Retarded? Whoops.
Demonetized. No, I'm just kidding.
Give it a hard thought. Think about it. We can always cut it out the silence. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or not.
Either one of y'all got.
Do you have one?
Yeah, either one of y'all got.
You're gonna laugh. I was gonna tongue in cheek. They're not actually gonna call this, but I'm like, we're so off plot. You might call it remix, but they're not gonna call it remix. There's no way they're gonna call it
Kingdom
remix.
Hearts name.
Oh God.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts totally
reimagined. I don't know.
Reimagined. No.
Yeah. I mean, I think honestly, I flat out think they wasted Reunion on Crisis Core.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing about reunions in Crisis Core. It has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Rebirth would have made more sense for Crisis Core. Well, no, it wouldn't. But anyway, they could have called Crisis Core Remastered or something. Anything would have been fine for Crisis Core.
What's a good reword?
Return. I don't know.
Revitalized. Resolution.
Resolution, maybe.
Resolution. Because it'd be
you might have the best. You might have the best bad of all of us, Blake.
Yeah,
honestly,
that's actually not happening.
7 resolution.
The
resolution is like the ending and stuff. I mean, it's a good word, and it's got an
and it sounds cool too. Yeah, it sounds powerful.
So if it's right, this guy first.
Said it here first.
Just saying, if it's remix, I called it. I'm just saying, if it's remix, Clyde got this one
if it's retarded, he has it.
Okay, I'll get in trouble for saying that.
I doubt it.
Maybe
not likely.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, thank y'all for having me.
Thanks again. We'll talk to you. We'll do another podcast in a year when we're done with Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
All right.
See y'all.
Bye, man.
Be lost, drifting alone, floating up high, time after time, and there you'd be, shining brightly, your smiling face to guide my way. Bloody and bruised, brought to my knees, when beaten down, when broken up, you would appear, reach out to me.